Hello fans of Marvel heroes and fans of my channel. My name is Wilfred Wong and welcome to another episode of Q&A. And together with me, a whole bunch of my good friends here. I haven't been playing with some of them for a while, so I'm really happy that they joined me for this Midtown Madness event. So now, I know there's a lot of things going on with the whole Gazillion Marvel heroes right now. So let's do something fun and positive, right? Let's do something like this. What if I were the CEO of Gazillion, right? Because, well, face it, the post is now up for grabs, so anybody could just apply for it. So why not me? So I've been thinking about, some of my friends been talking about it as well. What would you do if you were the CEO of Gazillion? It's a hot seat right now. So I understand that this game at the end of the day is really about making business, right? Because there's no point in making a video game free and while not making business out of it because face it, any game out there is really about making business. So I understand that. So I think revenue is important, and I'm going to have the following proposal if I were the CEO of Gazillion. So the first thing I would like to look into is recurrent income, right? Because when it comes to revenue, a lot of time you're looking at the recurrent income. And it is not like a World of Warcraft whereby there's a subscription fee. So how to get people keep paying for the game is through the packs, really. The advanced pack or those monthly pack, quarterly pack and so on. So they should continue doing that, but I think they should do an even better job with that thing because, face it, if you want to buy a pack, you want to see the great value inside. I think now it is not really that fantastic, at least for my kind of view. I think they should do something extra. Although you think about it, it's actually quite expensive. The pack itself, you are talking about say $130 kind of thing. Let me do ultimate. $120, $130. That's around more than $10 per month, and that is beside any of those other things that anybody would pay. For example, costume and so on. So I think my proposal is really find a way to make the pack really, really fantastic until people really want to buy it in order to enjoy fully the game. So that would be my first order of business as the CEO of Gazillion. So now, but when it comes to the pack itself, you look at the content right now, it's like a hero stash, costume that you may or may not like. So there are many other ways to throw something inside to make it really awesome. Things like maybe just a costume token that you can buy any costume you like, or have more stuff inside. Maybe a hero stash to be even bigger, more useful. Stuff like that. Get really people excited about more booster. Maybe some of the Odin booster, whatever, winter booster, one of the popular booster. Throw it into a pack. For people to really enjoy, without thinking too much about about all these because as a paying customer, I have been paying $10 a month or $11 a month. I think it has to be something great, right? To be honest, right? So that is one thing I would like to look into. Another thing I would like to look into is really about the whole costume, because I personally think that the costume is actually too expensive. And of course, you some of you may say that costume actually take a long time. Cost money, but the reality is that sometimes you have to get people into this rhythm of keep buying costume. Now, if the costume is expensive, people will always take a back seat should I not buy? Because face it, right? One costume costs you close to $10 US. Enhanced costume costs you close to 15 American dollars. Now, that amount of money you can actually buy a lot of games. Buy quite a number of games with that kind of money, right? And there are Steam sales as well. Pack don't have sales, right? So, or they don't really have a lot of sales. One of the they don't really have a magic pack. After it's being launched for 3 months, they should give a discount or 50% discount. Sometimes just push the sale through Steam. They don't have something like that. So what I'm thinking is that the costume should be I think I'll put it a lot cheaper. To be something that people will just don't need a thing, right? If it's just a couple of US dollar, $2 US, whatnot, say, I don't need to think. I'll just grab. Like I just keep grabbing. Some DLC out there, maybe like a Euro Truck Simulator DLC. Some of the cabin kind of decoration. You won't think just like a couple of dollars. But when it comes to costume in this game, it's a lot of money, right? It's like close to $10 sometimes for a brand new costume. So that got people thinking. And I think, to lower the cost of a costume would actually make more people want to buy. And that's one idea. Another one I'll look into is that having the artist's name or the, whoever behind the costume to be associated with the costume itself. So, sometimes the, when it comes to the, artwork, right, is very, very subjective. I agree. Some people are a big fan of so-and-so in this forum, as a designer, but some people just don't. They don't like how the face or whatever being designed, and the and really, I mean, to think about how to make this work is to, okay, hang on, there's a boss up there. Maybe just go up to the boss right now. So to really make this work, right, I think if I were the CEO of Gazillion, I would actually give credit to the one who designed a costume. I would a costume. I would have a name somewhere designed by so and so, because sometimes who knows, right? If someone for example, I personally like the Jean, one of the costume, I think hers in green costume. I thought she's really, really cute. And but if someone really want to like the kind of design, they may just keep buying the same costume, right, from the same designer, and they create a kind of like cult within the art team, and also very transparent, as in who is really generating the most kind of like kind of revenue by the artist itself, because sometimes people will just buy based on the artist. I will definitely do that. All right, so wow. Just when I saw like I'm not focusing too much playing Daredevil, and this is what happened. And so I would say that, and I also take one step further. I would also, what I would do, I got stuck. What I would do is that I would actually have the same costume being designed by maybe more than one artist. One of the famous one, I may want to, like maybe a Phoenix Force Magic. I'm not saying that the current one is not good, but I'm just saying that, have that designed by two artists, right? Because some people may want to have a particular design. Some may want to collect both, right? And the good thing about it is also giving the kind of like a very interesting feel. I mean, even in comic book, right? Not a single one. I mean, a lot of characters are drawn by multiple artists over a timeline, right? So why can't this game do the same thing too? So that's how I feel about the whole costume thing. Lower cost. Have the artists associated to it, and just make them accountable, and sort of like as a reward as well. To watch them grow, right? I mean, some people like certain artists; they will just follow. I will, right? So that's something that I'd like to look into. And I think besides making money through a pack and making have more creative sales and so on, I will also think about things like let me just loot something first. Today is madness. It's like it's really got loots everywhere. It's crazy. It's so much thing to loot. Okay, so I mean, I think as a game itself, it has to be good, because I think the quality is very important. So I would say that the game has to improve, and and I think over the year you see Gazillion, they always create some great content, but the problem with Gazillion is that they make certain content obsolete. And it's kind of bad, because you keep diving into the new content, and after a while, maybe after 1 month or so, it becomes dry again. And you wouldn't want that. I mean, you should continue to have new content, but I think the old content shouldn't be obsolete in a sense. So I think I would like to take a more holistic approach in the whole design of the content, in a way that there will be a holistic kind of reward. Doesn't matter which of the content you like to play, you'll be rewarded with a good amount of OD mark, a good amount of Omega points, and a good amount of this, a good amount of that, right? So. And it doesn't really matter. What it encourages is people who just go out, do anything they like, and just have a variety kind of thing. It doesn't like, I don't play X Defense because it's just no one play it right now, right? So things like this, they should really keep the whole content really integrated, holistic reward, and maybe split into things like the story. Some really like the story. Cosmic story mode is a great thing. People should have legendary or daily or weekly to really do some kind of like the kind of like story, right? And the and I personally like the hang on, let me just focus here a little bit on my rotation. I personally like the limbo a lot, right? It is like a dungeon to me, and but I ate it. But the thing is that I don't think it is really enough to just have one event every month. I'm wishing there are more this sort of kind of like dungeon, kind of like just go in and fight and get out from it, right? So that is, to me, is something that I would like to pay attention to. And the I mean, I would like to really make those content as well. And the danger room is a good start, but then you really need a lot of balance into it, because as a player, sometimes I find the reward and the effort doesn't really correlate. Some of the affixes are so hard, and yet the reward is not that great, and some of this doesn't really balance out. So Danger Room has a lot of like things to look into, but there are a lot of other great contents out there that need a lot of upgrade, right? Like update or upgrade. Things like X Defense, things like Hollow Sim. I think those really need to take it one notch up. I mean, even the I want to rest this guy. Even this, even the terminal is getting aging. I mean, it's aging quite a fair bit. So. Things like that. I mean, maybe they need to somehow think of a way to just make them all fun in some sense. I mean, just package them in a way that become a very holistic new product in a sense that that will make the game really fun, right? And I think the raid also need a little bit of like tweaking as well. I mean, access I don't think it's that accessible for casual, while the Sutur kind of raid is getting a bit like boring in a sense. So they have to do something about that as well. Raid is getting some part of it not enough people play, and some part of it is just maybe it's just not that ultimate. Not that great. So it'll be great if someone really look into the whole raid and make it more something that we all will sort of like really play, and that would be fantastic, right? So that that is something that I would like to really look into. Let me just loot this bin there before it disappear, and some bubbles, because I'm still leveling my legendary. Okay, I can't target, man. And so that is something that I would like to propose, and let me just focus here a little bit here. Wow, so Daredevil, man. Sometimes okay, I've got the thing done here. So yeah, I mean and also I like to recreate the whole daily and weekly kind of quest, because right now share quest is fine, GLS is fine, but it just doesn't feel very gelled up with the rest of the things like maybe there are some daily that do some danger room with your friend or whatnot, or weekly to contain some of these things. So yeah, I mean that would be really nice. I would actually do that, make the game change in that way. All right, so let me see. And there's a lot of things to loot. There's a lot of things to talk about as well. Yeah, so that is something that I would like to talk about. And and about a drop, right? Sometimes, I mean, I know this game drop a lot of stuff, but like when you do Limbo, right? There's still something missing for me, because it doesn't seem like it is. It's not something I would like to keep doing it again and again and again. And again, it go back to the whole topic about what's the reward, and is it really like something that we want, something that's rewarding or not. So why don't we change about the whole paradigms about looting something? Because like for example, right, when I go to say play World of Warcraft or whatnot, at time I become very like I want to see the thing drop. Like every week I try to do a boss and try to see something drop. And even if it doesn't drop, it's a token. I can use a token to do something about it. But this game is like, I mean, I've been doing so many Limbo. What do I get out from it? I don't even know. Maybe 175 those coffer that I haven't opened because it eat up space, right? So I don't know. I mean, I would actually create more tokens to exchange a very specific boss. because boss unique, maybe something that you've been hunting for a long time, you just can't get it, and when you get enough token, you exchange one for it. So why not as well? Maybe even take one step even further, right? Why not token can craft costume, right? People love this sort of things, and the collect token, craft costume, people keep playing because they love to sort of like get their token, have a chance of getting a token, right? And those sort of things, I think really flies in some sense to get people keep playing the game, keep sort of like playing certain content, and all this reward has to be somehow uniformly distributed in all the content that you have. So it doesn't matter what you play. At the end, you have a shot of getting all these tokens here and there. You can feel excited when you collect enough token, combine them together, then you got a nice reward out from it, right? So that is something that I would sort of like think about to sort of like as a next phase of the game. And the so now back to the hero design itself, because I think in a way, when it comes to the hero, we know that some heroes are great, some heroes are not, and it takes a very, very long time for any heroes to get reviewed. And if you think about it, if Gazillion was to take a week to review one hero, it will take 52 weeks to revisit one of the older hero, right? And they take more than a week to look into any heroes. So you're talking about multi-years kind of like a journey to just refresh certain heroes. And some heroes that we keep talking and it's never getting fixed at all. So I guess, I think they talk about, should they be like, having kind of like more incremental, like those competitive gaming kind of update patches, and just get a little bit reckless, or do a proper job each time so it doesn't have a lot of impact to those people who are geared in a certain way. Now I know in the end probably people vote for the for more conservative approach, which is right now things are moving very slowly. So if I was a CEO, I would say, let's be reckless. Let's look at it this way. Let's just go reckless, right? Like you look at StarCraft, or I don't know, other games like Hero Storm, whatnot. You have a whole bunch of changes to all the heroes out there. Every week, just tweak here and there. Maybe this power hit a bit more, hit a bit less because it was a bit So you don't have to be so cautious to design just to be perfect. And guess what? You have all this power creep and so on, and nothing is going to be perfect, right? So why even bother to spend so much time into making things that are just changing all the time? So I would say just go crazy. And be with it, right? And just go crazy, tune the hero up or down, doesn't really matter, just do something about hero. And there's so many people have been talking so much about Screw Girls, whatever heroes that we have, maybe Storm, just do something, doesn't matter. Be reckless and just keep tuning, right? So I think that would really pleases a lot of people. It may upset some because some may not want their heroes to have the kind of like drastic changes or incremental changes all the time. But in the long run, I reckon it's going to be something that will benefit the game. I think because I personally do not want to wait until heroes really cannot make it. Then Gazillion is doing something about it. I wouldn't want that. I would like to be able to change. As and when I see something that I should take a risk, I would. So I think that should be the culture moving forward in terms of developing this game, because we have so many heroes. We cannot afford to do a proper job every time, for each hero one by one, and we just wait until they really fall down off the scale and then do something about it. I don't think it works that way. Now we need to move fast and be a little bit reckless. So that would be my new direction to the game. And also, I think we do have to look into things like maybe some really crazy idea. So at this following content is really about crazy idea, things that may or may not work, but sometimes you just have to take a risk on something, right? So things like I think a lot of people talk about the PvP. Now PvP actually is a great thing because the content itself is governed by the people. And the challenge itself is also governed by the people themselves. Now, of course, there are also a lot of issues, like you have to balance this hero out, that hero out. There are a lot of concern here and there. Some hero may be too good or not. But the reality is this, right? You can collect a lot of data about PvP, And there are many ways to really look into how to balance certain heroes. If certain heroes are being played by a lot of others, and you always get defeated because of because it's just too good. This sort of thing. So they should do a PvP, but I'm not talking about just like any kind of the PvP. I'm talking about something that is like a really like a colossal, something massive. Like I don't know whether some of you have played like World of Warcraft, right? I mean, I keep talking about that because it's something that I have a lot of experience in. Their PvP is like there are 25 people or more than that queue at the gate, and when the gate open, they all rush through the map and start to fighting each other, kind of thing. Those are like really massively fun things that that I remember of till today. The kind of excitement that's there. You should have something massive, not just 5 against 5 or 3 against 3 kind of thing. I mean, those are just, what sort of PvP is that, right? You should have like a massive kind of like a thing, like maybe like Guild War. I mean, even things are just massive. Participating in maybe in an X-Men versus Avenger kind of scenario, and you do have all the Avenger there fighting all the X-Men, stuff like that. I mean, it's insane. It's crazy. In a alternate universe, I would definitely just play on a PvP. And also because now you're not playing against AI, right? Because we always say that sometimes the boss are a bit too hard, a bit too easy or whatnot, and you can always try to balance all these things, but it doesn't make the. I mean, it's always about kind of like it's AI. Nothing beats like a versus human because the challenge level is a whole lot different, but the rule of the game must be good before people can really enjoy the kind of like gameplay, right? So there's something that I would really go a really big way about making the PvP works, and of course there should be a reward according to that, because there's no point in things like yeah, I mean, it has to be some kind of, put everything back to the same place. Like, maybe people all have the same kind of like Omega system and, kind of thing. Some other game actually make everybody level up to 60 and use a generic gear or some PvP gear and stuff like that. So, things like that, something to think about. I ate another sphere as well. I couldn't really see too many things going on here. Right, okay, let me see. There are bosses around there, and it's a magneto wave, I think. All right, so that's some crazy idea that I think it may even work, get people really into playing the PvP part of it, just to be competitive, right? I think there are many other ideas as well. I'm sure you guys can think about other ideas as well. My competitor to be the next CEO of Gazillion, but things like they should have like how should I say? Oops! Wow, jailbreak. Wow, twice. Whew. It's insane. Let me go back in. Oops. So yeah. So another thing that I would like to really. Oops. Okay. Another thing that I would like to really look into is about to feature the heroes of the month, because I think sometimes when we play other games, there is always wow, this is pretty insane. Okay. And let me just do ultimate. Right. There should be some heroes that are like a feature in a sort of like certain month, and maybe those heroes will have special love, maybe a very insane XP bonus, or item find bonus, or rare item find bonus, or whatever bonus. Maybe they are able to collect some special token or something like that, right? So it's something that I would say like just. Feature some heroes and get people to play certain heroes, not just when was the last time you see a Screw Girl running around, right, in MM? And it'll be fun to see some of these heroes, just people are playing just because they have a certain advantage to a certain thing. Maybe they have overall 5% buff in damage on a PvE environment. I don't know, something go crazy about it, right? Because you may have all these. Suddenly you have all these people playing certain hero because they are more awesome for that month. So things like that will probably help in making people just jump into the game again, I feel. So I think in closing, there are many things that we could do to the game, and I don't know. I mean, all these ideas, just my idea, this crazy idea thinking off my head today while thinking about Mr. Breivik leaving Gazillion, and what would the new CEO do, right? So I'm actually looking forward to his message, or to us, on his vision, how it's going to transform a game. I have my concern as well, but let's not talk about it. But how about you? What would you do if you were the CEO of Gazillion? How would you change the game, the landscape of it, making it great, profitable, and so on? So let me know in the comment box below. And I thank my friends who are sticking with me, and I think some left while I'm talking so long. So anyway, see you next time. Bye.